This is an example of a fairly complex exercise with strings and lists. It's just complex because you haven't seen parallel lists before. So we're working with our strings, and this was something I just had in here to help me test. We've been working with strings, and what I want this program to do is take a phrase from the user and change it to the NATO phonetic alphabet. And so you can see, I'll run it right here. I'm going to run it with the phrase, "Hello, sweetie." That's for all you Doctor Who fans. And it will change it to "Hello, Echo, Lima, Lima, Oscar, Sierra Whiskey, Echo, Echo, Tango, India, Echo." And I had it maintain the punctuation. So if punctuation is put in, it just stays the same. So let's talk about how we accomplish this. I have a list of the NATO alphabet, the phonetic alphabet for the radio, for use over the radio. And then I have the standard alphabet in all caps. This way I can check things by using the two upper to make sure that they match. And these are parallel. A will be equal to alpha, B, Bravo, C, Charlie, D, Delta, E, Echo. So if I find something in this list that matches a phrase that's entered, I use the same index value to print the index value from this list. Actually, I'm adding it to a new variable, and then I'll print it at the end. But let's see how it works. So my new variable is NATO underscore final, and I just set it to a null. 2 quotes, no space. And then for letter in phrase, phrase is my input. Then I do a nested for loop for item in range 0 through the length of standard. This is going to have me check whatever I'm getting for each letter in the phrase. And I can compare it to each one of these. If letter, and I'm converting it to uppercase, equals standard, and notice standard's all in uppercase, NATO final, that's my variable, will add the NATO item from here, and then I'd print it out. So this is a little bit more complex than the phone number converter that you're going to be working with. For the phone number converter, because it's not a one-to-one comparison, because each button on the phone has 3 to 4 letters, you're probably better off using an if-elif statement. But if you were to do something slightly more complex, you're still going to go through the same sort of option where you're going to take a letter in the phrase through the and compare, or number in the number. You want to compare one thing to another. So whatever's put in, you can compare it over. So this shows you a little bit more about doing some slightly more advanced string work by stepping through a phrase using a for loop, and then combining that with some of the things that we've learned with lists, with the new concept of parallel lists, where you can have equivalent items and use the index from one list to reference the equivalent item in the other list.